Hi, this week's Healthcare Hustle is going to look a little different. Signe and I are taking over this week to talk about dental office design.
Julie and I have been working with a national brand and also some local private practices.
When working with a national brand, one of the most important things for us to do is adapt their design to their site-specific conditions. We take into consideration the building codes and the nuances of how that will apply to each location.
One of the first steps we do is we evaluate the existing conditions to ensure that the space is accessible.
Whether we're working with a national brand or a private local practice, we're taking into consideration how their finishes and materials will create a cohesive design throughout the entire space. It's important to have a brand that is recognizable on their first impression when a new patient walks into your building. What are some of the things that you take into consideration when you first start working on a design?
One thing I take into consideration is the end user. If we were walking into that practice, being the patient and the experience throughout the space.
Not only the patient, but also how each employee is going to function within the space and create an efficient layout for them.
And to make sure they're also comfortable being that is their work environment.
A great design team is essential for a successful project. We like to have everybody on board up front. We have the general contractors, the equipment vendors, and the engineers. One of the most important components to a design is the dental equipment. So having those vendors on board up front allows us to ensure that we're coordinating throughout the construction document process. The equipment is what actually allows the practice to function and provide the service that they're providing to each of their patients.
Coordinating with the equipment vendor can be an important piece, making sure everything kind of fits together like a puzzle.
A strong design team is essential from the beginning of the project. It allows us to coordinate all of our vendors. We have our general contractors, our dental equipment vendors, furniture vendors, and engineers. So the more people who we can get up front on the project allows us to be more successful in coordinating those components prior to generating our construction documents.
And towards the end, once our construction documents is almost wrapped up, that coordination is essential because it's almost like putting all the pieces together to make sure everything fits.
Designing a dental office is a little different than any other healthcare project that we work on. There's a lot of anxiety associated with attending an appointment at a dental office, so it's important for our designs to put the end user at ease before walking into their environment.